The ashes and the drifting night rain began the love story of two lonely hearts, a story that was bound to become the story of saving the world. The penthouse suite of the Elysium Tower, the city stretched out below Bob's window, a glittering circuit board of light and darkness. Rain streaked down the floor-to-ceiling glass, blurring the neon signs of the underworld into watercolor smears. He stood in the center of the room, a perfectly tailored suit clinging to his frame, the city's reflection in the windows catching the dangerous glint in his pale eyes. The silence was broken by the sharp click of the door's deadlock. The sound echoed in the cavernous space, a gunshot in a mausoleum. He didn't turn. He knew who it was.
Playing hard to get, Bob.
A deep, weary voice drawled from behind him.
I've been texting.
Bob slowly turned, a flicker of amusement in his eyes. A ghost of a smile touched his lips, gone as quickly as it appeared.
And yet, here you are, Jin. So who was playing and who was caught?
He crossed the room, the scent of rain and stale tobacco clinging to him like a second skin.
What's so urgent you couldn't just tell me over the phone? The phone is a cage, Jin.
Bob's gaze was intense, unreadable.
And some birds need to be seen to be believed.
He gestured towards a silver-domed platter resting on a polished ebony table between two leather armchairs.
A gift.
Jin's eyes narrowed. He circled the table like a predator surveying a trap.
From you or from dear old Dad?
A muscle in Bob's jaw tightened.
From me. Consider it a peace offering.
With a slow, deliberate movement, he lifted the silver dome. Inside, nestled on a bed of black velvet, lay a single, perfect feather. It shimmered with an internal light, an impossible color that shifted from moon-white to solar gold, each hue and note in a silent, divine symphony. It didn't belong in the grimy, rain-slicked world they inhabited. It was a piece of heaven, dropped into the heart of hell's territory. Jin went very still. He reached out, then hesitated, his fingers hovering just above the feather. The air around it thrummed with a power that made the runes on his skin crawl.
An angel's feather.
He breathed, the words heavy with a mixture of awe and dread.
This is a declaration of war. Or a test.
Bob countered, his voice a low murmur. He took a step closer, his presence filling the space between them, charged with an energy that had nothing to do with the feather. The scent of expensive cologne and something far older, something like brimstone and cold mountain peaks, enveloped Jin. Jin insisted, his cynical mask cracking to reveal the hardened exorcist beneath. His eyes met Bob's, and for a moment, the rivalry, the snark, the carefully constructed walls between them dissolved into something raw and electric. Suddenly, a sharp flash and an explosion of magical light erupt. In through the window bursts the Demon King, accompanied by his subordinate demon henchman. A twisted smile plays on Kane's lips as he surveys the scene.
I knew it! So the rumors are true! Our dear prince has been fraternizing with the enemy!
His hand flew to the small of his back, fingers closing around the hilt of an enchanted silver dagger. The runes on his arms flared to life, glowing with a faint, protective blue light as he shifted into a defensive stance.
Kane!
Bob's voice was laced with ice. He moved, not with the panic of a man caught, but with the languid grace of a predator cornering its prey. The temperature in the room plummeted. Shadows deepened in the corners, writhing like living things.
You! Trespassed on my hospitality! A fatal mistake!
Ha ha ha! Hospitality! Don't make me laugh! The throne is your father's, not yours. And I'm here to collect evidence that you're...
Kane's minions lunged forward, launching an attack on Bob and Jin. Bob didn't even flinch. With a simple, almost lazy wave of his hand, a wall of hellfire erupted between them, consuming the lesser demons with silent screams less efficiency. Their forms dissolved into ash before they could even register the attack. Jin lunged into the fray, launching an attack on the demons with his weapon. He moved with a brutal efficiency, a whirlwind of enchanted silver and latent curses. Exorcism est omnis immundus spiritus, he snarled, the words of power burning the air. A demon clawed at him, and he sidestepped, driving the dagger into its chest. A shriek, the sound of tearing metal before dissolving. But Kane was the true threat. He moved with a speed that defied his human form, a blur of dark intent. He bypassed Bob's wall of fire and snatched perfect feather, With a cruel laugh, he darted back towards the broken window, the feather held aloft like a trophy.
Farewell, Princeling. Enjoy your human pet.
The final mocking bow came up from the penthouse, disappearing into the rain-slicked night. The window frame, warped by the demonic energy, groaned and shattered, sending a cascade of glass onto the marble floor. Jin tried to stop him, but the demons blocked his path. Dropping down and bracing one hand against the floor, Jin unleashed another spell, entering the fray once more. A powerful blast of wind erupted from him, blowing the demons backward. Within the exact same second, all the remaining demons turned and began to flee. They scrambled out the window after their master. Jin straightened up, chest heaving, the runes on his arm slowly fading to their dormant state. Bob placed a hand on Jin's shoulder and said,
I know where he's heading.
Bob looked at Jin. In the echoing silence of the ruined room, their eyes locked, and in that unvoiced moment, they understood each other entirely. Bob leaned in, gently closing the final distance between them. His hand brushed Jin's shoulder as their lips met in a deep, desperate, and passionately tender kiss that made the rest of the world fade away. And so, amidst the ashes and the drifting night rain, began the love story of two lonely hearts, a story that was bound to become the story of saving the world.